Hi, my name is Lexi Hamner. I go by Lexicocoa. I'm going to talk a little bit about my beginnings in music and jazz specifically. I started playing trombone when I was 9, 10 years old, and I learned how to connect to the audience. It was around 4th grade when I had my first connection with jazz. It was alluring to me because of the things that I saw on the walls. I saw like black artists on the wall, and I also saw some things related to jazz, and it was just very interesting to me because it looked different than my beginning band classroom. Playing jazz in middle school, high school, and I've been learning about the history of jazz throughout the summers of school and all that good stuff. So during my early years, I found much joy in creating songs and creating different sounds. It was my way of trying to figure out who I was and what my place in the world was. Another way for me to really talk about my struggle with self-doubt. I learned how to really emote at performing arts school. During that time, I started playing classical music and how to do the technical things first. But alongside that, I was singing in gospel choir, I was singing in classical choir. I went to Performing Arts High School in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now this music that I heard, it was very familiar to me because I recognized it as something that I heard growing up in the church. It was challenging, but it still tickled my ear at the time. I love jazz because it is the genre that gave me the freedom to really improvise and to emote through melodies, through different notes and dissonant chords. I love jazz and gospel, and I think they really do go hand in hand for me. Now, gospel is definitely my foundation, but jazz is something that added on to it. Gospel was like this avenue for me to figure out who I was and to talk about my struggle with life, my struggle with socializing and trying to figure out who I am and my place in the world. But also, when I added jazz onto gospel, that was basically when I added theory and I added the technical things to my already improvisational life. And through doing both things, I kind of found my own distinctive sound. Some of the first pieces of music I heard were like the Clark Sisters, Kirk Franklin, Take 6. And as the years went on in school, I was playing Frank DiCelli, some classical songs. I was singing Pie Jesu in the choir. And then in church, as I was growing up, I was also singing about like God and singing Walter Hawkins songs, still praising my way through. All at the same time, I was also singing in church. By doing all this, it made me the curious person that I am, exploring into different worlds of music. I love doing that so much, and I love bringing them all together to make me the musician that I am. My goal in life as a musician and in the jazz world is to be as genuine as I can be with my playing and singing and whatever I'm doing. So much so that gives people the initiative to explore beyond the mundane traditions of music.